Hey guys, this is Kevin over at JazzTime.com. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. We offer the lowest prices anywhere online, and you want to know the price of the watch, simply click on the description below. We greatly appreciate it if you buy a watch from JazzTime.com once in a while. So today we'll be reviewing the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak Offshore. This is the model number 25986CK.ZZ.D065CA.02. Of course, as that's a mouthful to say and more to type, we have the links in the description below. We'll be going over the dial, bezel, case, crown, strap, clasp, and we'll talk about the movement towards the end of the video. Alright, so jumping right into the dial. The dial is sort of a unique style dial from what you'd find on the Audemars Piguet line. It is sort of a silvery pink dial that's supposed to contrast very nicely against this sort of orange theme that's going on this watch. The silvery theme only really applies to the tapisserie patterning, which is the square patterning on the watch itself. The matte the chronograph subdials are nicely matted. So as you can see, as I tilt it against the light, you'll see that it won't pick, the subdials themselves don't really pick up as much light, but that tapisserie patterning picks up light beautifully, along with the diamonds as well, for the diamonds on the bezel. Another unique little thing about it is we have individual high polished dot markers for the in place of the hour markers. So there's no index hour markers here. It's just these nicely high polished little dot markers are made in white gold. Along with that, we have another sort of smaller white dots behind each hour marker as well, and that's actually for the luminosity, so you'll be able to read this watch in the dark as well, and I can show you the luminosity. So let me go ahead and charge it up for a second here, and let me shut off the light so you can get a better idea of how this watch would look at night. So you can see, very easy to read at light with a nice green luminosity. Each hour marker has its own individual dot, so you'll be able to take a quick glance at your watch and know exactly what time what time you're looking at. Of course, the hands as well being nicely luminous as well. So let me go ahead and turn the light back on so you can take a look at the watch without those luminosities. But besides that, very beautiful style dial. I would say in general, just very unique style dial from Audemars Piguet, because it's just you won't see this color on another dial. Not only that, the hour markers are unique themselves in the way that you don't have index hour markers with a double index at the 12 o'clock position. It's just these nicely high polished white gold markers with the Audemars Piguet logo for the 12 o'clock position. But besides that, it is still the standard structure of the chronograph watch from a Audemars Piguet. However, between the 4 and 5 o'clock position, you'll find a date window here. No magnification or anything, as it's so actually very easy to read the date. All right. The only other variation you can get this watch in is actually a blue colored variation, where we have the sort of silvery blue dial instead, with everywhere that you will see orange on this watch replaced by I believe like a darker blue. However, I believe that this watch specifically is actually a discontinued watch, but here at JazzTime.com we have no problems trying to source these watches for our customers. So give us a call if you're interested in this particular watch, or maybe the blue version instead. We'll do our best to try to get this watch for you. But anyways, back to the review. Moving on to the bezel now. The bezel is set with diamonds. We're looking at 36 brilliant cut diamonds throughout the bezel, set in positions of 4 before stopped by bordering hexagonal screw with a nice high polish on it to add a little touch more shine next to the diamond bezels to sort of break up the monotony of just having a fully diamond bezel. You can actually see it in the break-in sections. Actually really helps with the sort of overall look in the watch and giving it a nice little variation itself. But of course, you even have the sort of orange accent and side bezels, where you would normally see these edges nicely high polished to bring a little more shine to it, but the nice orange accent just borders it and makes it unique in its own way. Moving on to the case size, this is a lady style watch. This is a 37mm case size, so from my index finger to my thumb here, that's set 37mm in diameter. From the side profile, you're probably looking around like 12.5 millimeters in height, so a nice thickness to it. Will fit under the suit cups, dress cups probably fairly easily as well, but it is larger than your typical watch. Nice brush polish on the side of the watch, of course on the other side as well. Nice brush polish, save for the chronograph pushers and the crown itself. The crown is a screw down crown, so you can unscrew this crown counterclockwise as shown. And in this standard position, you can wind the watch about 15 to 20 clockwise turns is all you need to get the watch started once more. Pulling the crown out to the next position. Oops, jumped the position there. Putting it into the next position will allow you to adjust the date instantaneously by going clockwise. As you can see, very easy function to use. Pulling out the crown to the final position will allow you to set the time however you like. So bi-directional time setting. I'm going to set it back to the 10 and 2. Always make sure to push the crown nice and tight in against the case and screw it in, as you want to keep your watch water resistance. And specifically for this watch, you're looking at 50 meters for the water resistance, or about 166 feet. But besides that, moving on to the chrono pushers now, as this is typical of any chronograph watch, we have chrono pushers at the 2 and 4 o'clock position. The 2 o'clock position one will start the central seconds hand. As you can see here, it's nicely stopped right down the center. And that's because your actual seconds is located at the 6 o'clock position in the 60-second subdial. The two subdials on the left and right, at the 3 o'clock and the 9 o'clock position, you're looking at 30-minute subdial and a 12-hour elapsed time subdial. Pressing that 2 o'clock pusher will start that main seconds hand, and that will change the elapsed time respectively in the 3 and 9 o'clock position subdials. Pressing the crown back down once more will stop its position, and at the 4 o'clock position you'll be able to reset it back to the original position, and that resets the 3 and the 9 o'clock subdials and the central seconds hand. And that's your typical chronograph feature. Moving on to the strap now. The strap is a orange rubber strap. This is a offshore. Offshore watches typically have a rubber style strap. The buckle itself is sort of like half of the Tang buckle. You can actually set the sizing of your wrist just via this portion here where the Audemars Piguet name is located. But the buckle itself is actually a folding buckle, so very easy to use, very easy to take off your watch, put your watch back on, but you can still have the ease of access of adjusting the size of your wrist. So once again, I'll show you that once more. And there we are. The Audemars Piguet name at the 12 o'clock position, the Royal Oak Offshore, nicely embossed onto the back there. You can see a nice circular brush steel along the back. Even on this case back, you still have this sort of sunbursting style on the steel itself, and it's just, even that's gorgeous. All right, moving on. The movement is a Audemars Piguet caliber 2385 movement. It has a power reserve over 40 hours, meaning it this watch can be placed down on a Friday evening, picked back up on a Sunday afternoon. It'll be keeping time just fine. And just really talking about the power reserve. The power reserve is only really if you place the watch down like on your dresser or such, and you don't plan on wearing it over the weekend. Then you have to wind it from the desktop, as I've shown you with the crown. But besides that, this is an automatic watch, meaning the typical movements of just everyday movements of your wrist while this watch is on your wrist will keep the watch wound, and will be keeping time just fine. All right. So I'm going to actually go ahead and show you this watch on my wrist. So we're going to go ahead and open that folding feature. Okay, it's actually going to be a little tight for me as this is a woman's watch. So I'm actually not going to close that up there. Just give you a general gist view of it on my wrist. You can see very unique style dial. The one unique thing really is just, even with all the orange, it still looks absolutely gorgeous. That dial, you won't get this dial color on any other AP watch, and that's also a unique factor about this watch, because you have that very nice glossy tapestry pattern on the dial itself with sort of a nice lightish pink that doesn't do doesn't overwhelm the dial, because you even have the nice little matte pink sort of dotting on the subdial itself, so it's not overwhelming in shine, even with the diamonds as well. You can see from the side profile, it doesn't sit high off the wrist, but it is, like as I mentioned, larger than most other watches. So if you're interested in this watch or any other watch for the lowest possible price, check out our website at jazztime.com. We have the lowest prices guaranteed. And if you like our videos, please like, comment, subscribe below. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys soon.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.